Tonight, the SFL on Twitch emanates from the southeastern United States, where their team, the Atlanta Swarm, is looking to right the ship after 2 straight losses. In comes Alaska, 3-0, playing really well behind their strong quarterback play of Ron Cochran, trying to get everybody involved and doing so really well. Is it going to be Alaska who keeps on rolling, or Atlanta who turns things around? We find out next. It's the SFL live on Twitch from the Hive, and it starts right now. Welcome in to Atlanta, Georgia, site of Week 4's finale in the Simulation Football League season number 10. It is the 3-0 Alaska Storm taking on the 1-2 Atlanta Swarm. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. Chris Curtis and Jimmy Stevens along with you for what promises to be a very big desperation game for the Swarm as they try to turn things around.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this game tonight. I watched Atlanta last week in one of the funkiest games I've seen in a long time, 12-10 loss against this high-powered Alaska passing offense. It'll be interesting to see how this all turns out.
Hopefully everything going good for you guys out there in Twitch land and everybody else watching from wherever you are on the VODs. Got Scott LaRue on stats as well. Huge shout out to him for keeping us honest in the booth. Coin toss on your screen right now. We mentioned Ron Cochran and how well he has played. 7 touchdowns this season against 3 interceptions. And he has been the driving force of this Atlanta offense, or Alaska offense.
Yeah, this offense, there's a tale of 2 different offenses you're going to see. In an Alaska offense, it's all about the throw, and you're going to see a Atlanta offense that's all about BDG Hollywood.
Well, it looks like Alaska will start with the football. The Swarm in their, at least I think that is. The uniforms are kind of throwing me for a loop right now. I think that is the Swarm jerseys, the ones in the black with the blue shoulder pads. That is indeed. They will kick it off to the Storm, who will catch and release down at the 9-yard line. Return down to the 27 and to the 28, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Ron Cochran. The Hive is buzzing. They are trying to get their team a win. DeMar Woods, no touchdowns yet through the air on the season against 3 interceptions. BDG Hollywood, they've been leaning on him a lot, but he can't do it alone. Hand off to that is going to be the running back. The Alaska Storm, one of those teams that does not run a star running back, which is interesting, and he gets taken down after in no gain.
Yeah, they actually don't run even a fullback, like the Sharks and Tallahassee. So it's all about the pass with this team.
See what the Storm can do on 2nd and 10. Hand off through the middle, and it will be a 1-yard gain.
Hey, interesting to see them start the game with 2 straight run games. I don't know if they're trying to put Atlanta off stride or what's going on here. Atlanta, the number 11 defense overall, so they're going to have a little bit of a test this week.
Stanley Nordellis is the non-contract running back. You got Cochran now in the gun by himself. 3 at the top, 2 at the bottom of your screen. Atlanta sends one more. That's going to be a throw through the middle. It is incomplete. 4th and 9 upcoming. Good defensive play, and it will be a 3-and-out.
Great job by Atlanta. Hold them to a 3-and-out, much what they needed. They need to get that ball into BDG Hollywood's hands and see if they can control the clock, because I don't think they want to get into a shootout with this Alaska offense.
Their passing offense has been pretty prolific, but they'll put it in the hands of DeMar Woods, who indeed is looking to right the ship, right the Hive, as it were, for this Atlanta fan base. Punt on the way. Should be fielded just past the 35 to the 33. And taken down at the 34 on the return. So here we go. Atlanta, we get to see their offense for the first time this evening, and they have some work to do to try to right it.
Yeah, basically this offense has gone through BDG Hollywood. If he's had a good game, they win. If he doesn't have a good game, they don't. So DeMar Woods is going to have to step it up here.
Well, he'll be under center here, offside I formation. Hand off to BG Hollywood. Tries to find a hole. He'll find one for 3 yards off the left tackle, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
This Alaska defense are ranked second overall. They're first against the run, or seventh against the run. So this should be a good challenge for BDG Hollywood once again this week.
Under center. Woods barking signals. It's 4 on the line. They'll send some extra help. Doesn't matter. BDG's got a little bit of a hole. He'll work it a couple yards ahead. 3rd and 3 coming up after a 4-yard carry.
Well, this is what you're going to expect out of this Atlanta offense, is 3 in a cloud of dust, and then every once in a while BDG is just going to break one, and he is one fast man. My partner last week, James Richards, he figures he's probably the fastest running back in the league.
You wouldn't be too far off. Ryan Tobin brings him down on that play. Under center once more is Woods. He'll hand it off to Hollywood on the right. 3 runs and a 3 and out. And Andrew Francis comes up to make the play. I believe that's the non-contract. And that is 4th and 4. They'll punt it away.
Andrew Francis is their
Yep,
gold
right.
linebacker.
Yep.
Had himself a decent game last week. 9 tackles, 2 assists. This puts a stop on BDG, not the way that Atlanta wanted to start this game.
But it also shows as well that it looks like Atlanta has adjusted a bit. They are trying to not give the ball to DeMar Woods and let him throw it, it would seem. At least it seems through that first series. That tackle is going to be made at the 25-yard line, and the Storm will have the football back.
This is where Ron Cochran's in his mold. You expect them to start coming out and throwing the ball. That's what they do. Last week he had 298 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. It's kind of the norm for him this year.
3 at the top, 1 at the bottom for Cochran. In the backfield, Nordellis, he'll get wrapped up with the line and behind it. 2nd and 12 after a 2-yard loss on it, and that's not a good start to this series.
Interesting. 4 plays called and 3 of them being running. That's completely against what Alaska does as a team. I mean, they're ranked 2nd in passing yards through week 3. So this is an interesting game plan they've come out with here early on.
This will be a left-handed throw from Cochran. His first throw will be a catch to the outside. It's not for much. And that is to Nordellis. That is the non-contract running back. He's the only other person other than Ron Cochran to touch the ball.
Again, this is interesting play calling. This is not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting to see a lot of 3-4 wides. And there we go right here, empty backfield.
This should be a chance for Cochran to air it out on 3rd and 11. Got to get it to the 35. Thrown over the middle, and that is going to be a nice grab for Robert Merrill. No, I'm sorry, not Robert Merrill. Optimus Klein comes up and makes a decent catch, and it'll be first down.
Optimus Klein, that's the man he looks for in key situations. Last week he had 10 for 114 and a touchdown. This is the man that Cochran's going to be throwing to. Great job with traffic all around him.
Good concentration. Knowing the hit's coming, too. That's hard to do. They have the ball at the 45. Got to get into swarm territory for the first down. Offset I formation on the weak side. Plenty in the box defensively on first down. Cochran to throw. Moves in the pocket. Wings it over the middle. That's a grab and a big hit, but he shakes it off. It'll be 1st and 10. They get just to the cusp of field goal range as Robert Merrill gets his first catch of the game.
Merrill, the other big wide receiver they got on this team. I mean, they carry 3 and a touchdown. But he's the other gold on this team, along with Optimus Klein. Gives you quite the duo to try and defend against.
And they look like they're going to air it out once more. After the new first down. Got to get to the 26 for a first. It'll be a fade over the middle. A very short throw, and it will be 2nd and 2 after the 8-yard gain.
That was a little bit of a mishmash in the middle there. If you watch this, there's 2 receivers in the same area. Great catch in traffic.
A little bit of a duck, too.
Yeah, tackle by the non-contract, it looked like there.
So just under 50 yards passing for Cochran so far. 2nd and 2 upcoming. Plenty on the line. They'll send some extra help, and it's going to go nowhere. Nordellis gets taken down just behind the line of scrimmage, and they'll lose a yard.
This is where this is going to get real interesting. In the league, in 3rd down percentage is 66%, and the Atlanta defense is 2nd in the league at 33%. Something's got to give here. Let's see who can take advantage.
for Rush. Throw to the right. That's going to be a grab and a first down. And that is a big, big conversion as they inch closer to the red zone.
Yeah, good play call there. Fullback sneaks out into the flat. Nobody there to cover him. Easy first down. And they're on the move.
Huge, huge start to this game now for the Storm. They had issues their first drive, but they seem to have corrected those. Just outside the red zone, they park it at the 22. Cochran to throw. Has a swing pass route. If he wants it, he does it. He goes over the middle, and that is a grab. And I think he got close enough for the first down. He did. And that is a good one for the Storm as they get closer. It's Yassine Clifton.
I don't know how he even got that ball in there. There were Atlanta players all around that. Unlucky for the Atlanta defense.
2 in the backfield with him on first down. They're inside the red zone finally. They can still get a first down on this drive. At the 2-yard line. Cochran over the middle. Touchdown! Alaska is going to strike first in Atlanta. And that's a big one for Optimus Klein, first strike.
This is the man you got to cover when you're in this end zone. There was literally nobody around him. I don't know how they messed up that coverage. Not the way that Atlanta wanted to start on defense. Don't want to get into a shootout with this team, and it may look that way. It's early on, though. Is
indeed Optimus' first touchdown of the season. As he had just under 3 yards walking into this game and hadn't seen pay dirt. He finally does here, and he gets the Storm on the board as the bend but don't break mentality does not work for Atlanta.
Touchdown number 12 for his career.
Extra point going to be on the way. It's up, and it is through. So Alaska gets on the board first. We are going to take a quick break for a message from the SFL.
The Simulation Football League is presented by APM Music and is the official theme music provider of the SFL. Listen to their Champions Will Rise soundtrack at apmmusic.com today and search through thousands of tracks to boost the quality of your stream just like us. APM Music, production music library and custom music house.
That ball returned to the 24-yard line as we're back with you at the Hive in Atlanta. As we are at a 7-0 disadvantage for the Swarm to come out for I believe their third possession now. As they are off on the wrong foot to start things out. DeMar Woods is under center to get things started. That is a handoff to Hollywood, and it will go absolutely nowhere. He will actually lose 3 yards, and a huge hit is going to bring him down.
Big Alex Dominguez right in there, pushes defensive tackle right out of the way of BDG Hollywood. He had nowhere to go. Alaska's got to get moving here. They need some first downs. They need to control the clock. That is their game. They're not a fast-paced offense. They need to control the clock.
And they haven't put the ball in Woods' hands at all. They will here. He'll move up in the pocket, thrown over the middle, tipped, and nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. And that is a big, big drop for Tony Willis, who is going to be kicking himself over that one.
Yeah, looking for career interception number 14. Hits him right in the hands, old cement hands. There's a reason why he plays defensive back, and he just showed it right there.
That is a huge, huge drop. That hits you in the hands. You got to bring that down. It was right at him.
That actually hit him in the noodle.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's even worse.
That's not the way you want to use your head. Not by any stretch. It is going to be 7-0 still. That one very well could have been returned back as well. And DeMar Woods is in the gun by himself. We barked at them for not letting him throw in the first drive. He'll throw twice in a row here, except for he's going to get taken down before he can get it away, and he will lose more yardage. It's 4th and 19, and the Swarm will punt.
Non-contract, getting in there and putting on the pressure. This isn't what Atlanta wants to do. I'm really surprised by their play calling as well. Throwing the ball so much and not handing it off to BDG Hollywood. Now it's cost them, and they're going to be punting the ball back to that Alaska offense. Not the way you want to start this game.
Robert Merrill back to return. Stormer going to get the football back. And things not going fantastically for the Swarm. Kick going to get back to the 46-yard line, taken into Atlanta territory, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Storm. Ron Cochran comes out to try to separate the teams.
Great field position start here. This is definitely not what Atlanta wanted. They've got a good defense. They really do, but they're going to have to start putting some pressure on the quarterback. If they're going to let Cochran stand back there and throw all day, they're going to be in big trouble.
Under center, Cochran, he's got split backs behind him. One of those is Nordellis, the non-contract running back. Cochran will throw. Moves up in the pocket, throws to the outside. That is going to be a catch, but not for much. Nordellis to the outside, can't get anything going forward. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a simple dump off there, nothing special. That's good coverage there by Atlanta at the back end. This team's got a good pass defense. They're ranked 9th in the league in pass yardage against, so they do have a shot. They've got some good defensive backs there. It's just a matter of whether they can contain these offensive weapons that Ron Cochran has at his disposal.
I mean, Atlanta hasn't played bad defense, all season. They've just been not able to do anything on offense as Klein has a catch to the outside, 3rd and 1. But that's been kind of the theme for them this season. They can stop people, or at least bend but don't break for the most part, but they can't score on their own.
Yeah, and I mean that game last week against Sioux Falls, that was something else. For those that watched it, that was a heartbreaker for Atlanta. They had the game won, and the non-contract kickers made themselves all about them and missed the kick.
Yeah, it's going to be a run through the middle for Nordellis. He's going to have a 1st down as he will punch himself forward to the 33 of Atlanta as they're on the cusp of field goal range.
And once again, they're on the move. You got to think that Atlanta might start blitzing soon, try and get some more pressure on Alaska. This Alaska offense is something to behold. Throwing the ball all over the place.
5 attempts, only 3 yards right now for Nordellis, the non-contract. It's also 2 catches, but only 1 receiving yard. So not a ton of yardage offensively for the running back. Over the middle. That is a catch. It doesn't go for too much. They stopped him before he can get far away, and Klein brings in a 6-yard reception.
I don't know how Dylan Rowland didn't get to that. That looked like it was thrown to him, not to Optimus Klein. On your note about the running, I mean, shockingly, the Alaska Storm is last in rushing yards.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. It tells you all you need to know there.
Plenty in the box. They're sending the house. They will only send 4. Everyone else drops back to coverage. This will be a throw to the left, and that is a Boo Chisholm sighting. That is not a Boo Chisholm sighting. That is a non-contract sighting for the Storm. It'll be 1st and 10 as he gets out of bounds.
As if they don't have enough weapons, let's throw it to the non-contract for the 1st down. It's almost impossible to defend these guys. There's so many weapons out there.
Merrill going to line up at the top of your screen. Jeff Como, the other target in the slot right now.
Looks like a rare man coverage here.
In the gun is Cochran looking to throw. Moves it to the right. Nice catch. It's a one-handed grab, as if they can't make it look any easier right now. That's Robert Merrill with a 7-yard reception.
Fantastic catch. I mean, if he had the momentum carried him out of bounds, but he made the play. Otherwise, I think that may have been a chance for interception because it was a little high, and the defensive back was back there.
Split backs for Cochran, 4 on the line. They are in the red zone for the 2nd time this evening. Quick drop, thrown, end zone, back of the end zone, diving play, but it is incomplete. He did make the catch, but he couldn't get the foot in bounds. Optimus Klein stretches out Inspector Gadget style, but can't bring it home.
Yeah, great try there by Optimus Klein. Just overthrown a little bit by Cochran. Gonna have to watch him. They might have to start throwing some double coverage his way. But then again, he's got so many options. You just never who he's going to throw the ball to. Down here, though, you're looking at Optimus Klein.
Oh, yeah.
Of the time.
And he's already got 1 touchdown in this game. He went go-go gadget arms on that attempt and could not bring it home. We'll see if Cochran can hit him on this one. And a huge hit as Atlanta gets home on the quarterback. And that is 4th and 7. They're going to have to try a field goal.
I believe that was Andrew Hawkins. It was last week. He got his ever SFL sacks. This is sack number 3. He's starting to make himself a force here up the middle for this Atlanta defense. Excuse me. Good job by Atlanta to hold him to just a field goal attempt.
Good work, and this will be off of the left foot of Alaska's kicker. We'll see if it is right down the middle, so no real excuse here.
They do have a contract kicker, so it should be a little more of a gimme.
Oh, it's blocked! Oh, and it's a huge pickup for the Swarm, and they're going to work it back the other way to the 42-yard line. They'll mark him at the 41, but what a pickup on the blocked field goal attempt, and they're going to have it with good field position.
Holy smokes, did Atlanta need that momentum shift right there? Let's see if they can capitalize on it and take advantage and get that into the house. Great job by special teams right there.
Oh, man, and that might give the Swarm a little bit of momentum going forward. They have BDG Hollywood, who's in the I formation right now. Woods is under center. There's a lot in coverage for the Storm. They are fully expecting a pass, and they'll get one. It is going to be Woods who has to back up in the pocket. He's going to get taken down. Held onto the ball way too long, and that is going to do it for the end of the first quarter. 7-0. Storm have the lead. This is the SFL Live on Twitch, presented by APM Music. Absolutely nuts sequence of events to turn in momentum for sure. The blocked field goal taken the other way, and then Woods gives half that yardage back on a sack.
That's the last thing that Atlanta wanted to happen right there.
2nd and 20. Woods backs up from the right hand. It is going to be an incomplete pass. He was looking for a little bit of help there from LB Allen. Couldn't make it happen.
Yeah, and again, like I said, this Alaska Storm defense is ranked number 1 in the NSFL right now. And you're not going to just march down the field on them. You're going to have your work. You're going to have to bring your lunch pail because they're going to make you work for it.
So even after the turnover, nice job keeping an even keel if you are the Storm.
Excuse me, I misspoke. They're 2nd overall, not 1st overall.
Either way, one of the top tiers at this point in the season. And Woods is under center here. Hollywood in the backfield. Got to get something on 3rd down. Chance to possibly air it out. Woods got to throw it. He's going to wing it over the middle. That is a catch and a 1st down. And nice grab. Finally, the first completion we've seen for the Atlanta Swarm. And it is a non-contract wide receiver to grab it.
That's exactly what Atlanta needed. They needed a 1st down. They needed to move the sticks. They needed to give their defense a rest. They start moving down the field and look for a touchdown. They got to get the ball in BDG's Hollywood's hands. He's a dual threat. Even throw some stuff out of the backfield if you need to. Get him going, and that'll help your pass offense as well.
They are in field goal range, are the Swarm at this point. They're in an offset I for Woods. 4 on the line. From the right hand of Woods, he's going to wing it, looking into within the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal at the 7. Another huge catch, and they move the change. They have a chance here to tie the game.
Yeah, that was Boo Chisholm. Looked like a post route or maybe a little slant. Found the hole in the zone. Great job with the big thunder coming to hit him. Good job concentrating, hang on to that ball. Good throw by DeMar Woods. Get that in there.
Believe that was the free safety Ryan Tobin who got to him to bring him down, and it'll be 1st and goal at the 7.
Got to think this is Hollywood territory.
Handoff to Hollywood. He's going to try to fight through the tackle, but he will not do it. He's going to lose a yard, get him to the 8-yard line.
Great tackle there by the non-contract. Getting in there and stopping him behind the line. You still got to try and pound the ball, I think, at least once more with BDG before you go with it back to the air. He's your bell cow. He's the man your offense runs around.
Split backs.
Looks like Alaska's in man.
That'll be Woods looking short, trying to find the end zone, and he will. It is a touchdown for Boo Chisholm, and Atlanta has tied the game pending the extra point.
Yeah, it looked like it's just a little crossing route there, and they left the middle open. I really thought they were going to go to BDG. It went against the grain. Here he comes across the middle. Nobody really covering him. And they crossed the line for touchdown. Great job by Atlanta counteracting that blocked field goal to get some points.
Yeah, the points off turnovers are huge for sure, and especially on special teams. That is a 53-yard drive for the Swarm. After that, had to get the passing yards all the way from Woods, and that is a big one to get. They didn't want to go down any more than one possession, and they were able to tie it up with no real recourse on it.
Absolutely. Touchdown number 16 in his career for Boo Chisholm. Great job.
And that's the first touchdown of the year for DeMar Woods against 3 interceptions. So he gets pay dirt for the first time in Game 4 of this Season 10.
DeMar Woods has actually struggled throughout his 2 years in the league with a 14 touchdowns to 23, 15 touchdowns down to 23 interceptions. That's a learning curve of the SFL.
Sure, for sure. That's exactly right. And this will be returned to the 29-yard line. We're going to take a quick break for a message from the SFL.
Want to do what I do? Contact me in the DM on Discord to find out how you can get involved with streaming live games, calling games, or breaking them down on the air with our broadcast team. Or help make our production even better by joining our new live stats team, helping our broadcasters shine brighter. We are #Loading Legends in the SFL.
And we're back to it. 1st and 10. Cochran over the middle, tipped and nearly intercepted. That was a big play over the middle. The Swarm trying to pounce on defense.
A great tip there by linebacker Dylan Rowland, back in coverage, knocked it up in the air and almost interception. This is what Atlanta does. They played great defense last week. They play great defense. It's really been the offense that has let them down so far. If they can keep this Alaska offense contained pretty much, they have a chance.
2 at the top, 3 at the bottom for Cochran. Takes in the left hand, no drop back, wings it over the middle, and he finds a seam somehow, but it'll be incomplete. Optimus Klein very close to hauling that in, but it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, I was a little bit forced there. There's a lot of coverage. Eric Vincent. You watch, there's quite a few dark jerseys all around there.
Had his hands on it, too. That was nearly a catch.
He did. I mean, that's what Optimus Klein does. He catches in traffic. He catches it in the air. He catches it deep. That's what he does.
Doesn't matter where it is. Go, Gadget Klein. In the gun is Cochran. 3rd and 10. Got to get it to the 39 for a first down, and that is going to be well short. Only a 4-yard completion, and Klein is going to not get to the sticks. I'll have to punt it away.
Never been a big fan of the throw it short of the sticks play. Good stop by Atlanta. This is what they needed. They needed to stop them on defense. Now they got a chance to do something here and take a lead, which is something Alaska's not really used to.
We've already seen a special teams block this game. Looks like Atlanta is sending the house to this punter, but the good coverage on the line is going to let him get the punt away. Taken in and get it to the 32-yard line, and that is where the Swarm will start this drive. DeMar Woods trying to follow up on a really, really good drive his last time out that ended in a touchdown. We'll see what they have for us in this third drive of the second quarter.
Owner Mark Chisholm's got of the Atlanta's 14-15 all-time record. Interesting, he's got a 1-0 head-to-head record against this here Alaska Storm. Easy for me to say.
Woods in the gun, looking to throw. Has a target out to the right, and that is going to be a dragged foot, but not going to get there. Alex Dominguez there on the coverage is going to be able to stop it.
Yeah, just a simple out right there. He just didn't get it in time to the receiver. I mean, the linebacker was in the way, so he make a good throw just to keep it in bounds anyhow.
Take a look at big Alex Dominguez. Already made his presence felt in this game. BDG Hollywood is at the back.
Good chance to run. Look at those DBs way up.
And off to Hollywood. He's going to have to hurdle his blocker, and he'll get 2 yards going forward. It'll be 3rd and 8 as they get to the 34, and they really can't afford a 3-and-out here.
No, they can't. I mean, good job by Alex Dominguez and hit the rest of it off their defensive line. Not letting the offensive line get a push here. It's kind of the MO of Atlanta to run the ball, and if you can't run the ball, you're in trouble.
Long drop back for Woods, and he's going to roll right into a tackle for loss and a sack, and the Swarm are going to have to punt it as the defensive end gets through the line and takes him down.
He didn't even really have time there. Not great pass protection at all by the offense. You call it a bit of a coverage. He didn't really have time to go through his progressions.
So 4th and 12. The Swarm will have to punt it away. Give the Alaska team back the football with 7.5 minutes roughly left in the first half. And this kick is up and all the way end over end. Get it to the 31. Breaks through a tackle. And that is going to be a 1st and 10 at the 33 after a decent return from Robert Merrill on the punt.
This is kind of the game I was expecting. After watching Atlanta last week, they played such great defense, and Alaska has themselves a great defense. I thought if Atlanta can contain or slow down this Alaska offense, they may have a shot. And I mean, it's still early in the game, but they're showing what they can do on defense. That's for sure.
That is a throw from Cochran over the middle, tipped and incomplete. It'll hit the turf harmlessly, and that's good coverage downfield by E.K. Vincent as he definitely gets his hand on the ball.
Yeah, Vincent looking for interception number 4 of his career and the season. Just missed out on that one. Had a good shot. They threw it into a lot of coverage there. Cochran was taking his chances.
Under center, Cochran. Plenty in the box defensively. In fact, the defensive line will move to the right. Cochran taking his time. Finally has the football. Looking to throw. Throws right. That is a big miss. Fullback dropped it. And that is 3rd and 10. They gotta pull a rabbit out of a hat here.
Yeah, again, this is tough. Top ranked offense in 3rd down conversion against the top ranked defense in 3rd down conversion. And it's a long 3rd down. Alaska's going to have some trouble here.
In the gun by himself. 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom of your screen. Atlanta can smell pass. Throws right. Is he going to be able to turn the corner? He breaks a tackle and gets out there. Robert Merrill brings it in, but it's short of the 1st down marker. 4th and 3. They will have to kick it.
Great job by Atlanta, keeping that Alaska offense off the field. 3 and out. That's what they needed. Now they've got another shot to try and break this tie and maybe control the clock a little. I mean, they threw the ball last possession, so maybe they're going to go back to throwing it. I don't know.
Punt upcoming for Alaska. From their own 41, kicker lined up at the 25, and that was nearly disaster for the Storm. Collected in, and Atlanta will try to return this and get it back to the 26-yard line. And that is where the Swarm will start.
That was really close to being blocked. Imagine that, a block punt and field goal in the same game. Alaska will be looking for a new special teams coordinator after that.
6:53 left in the 2nd quarter. As we inch closer and closer to halftime, under center is Woods. Looking to throw. Long drop. And pressure coming. He's going to get taken down for the 3rd time this evening as Alaska punches through the line. Another one that's going to make them lose a ton of yards.
Alex Dominguez coming off the edge. Just beats his tackle on the inside. There's the move. And, I mean, with Atlanta not even trying to run the ball here, they're giving Alaska all this chance to put pressure on a pretty much hurting DeMar Woods. I mean, he hasn't really had the greatest year so far.
Woods handoff. Hollywood has room on the right. A block in front of him. He tries to spin through a tackle. He'll get it back to the original line of scrimmage at least, but it'll be 3rd and 10. They got to make something happen.
I thought he had something going there. Saw a lot of open field, and then I don't know if that was play. Otherwise, he might have been long gone. But that's what they need to do. They need to get the ball in his hands. 3rd and 10 now. Long, big 3rd down.
Looking to throw. And that is moving up in the pocket. He's going to get taken down. And another big sack as Dominguez now has... They're going to say he has only 1 full sack. I think that's false. I'm pretty sure he has 2 or 3 in this game, and it's 4th and 17.
2 for sure, because he just got one earlier in the drive.
Yeah.
I mean, this offensive line is not doing DeMar Woods and BDG Hollywood any service whatsoever. This is not what Atlanta needed.
Somehow they're still in this football game at 7-7. That's partly because of their defense. Defense playing really, really well. The Storm will receive this punt, and they'll get it back to the midfield stripe into the Storm territory at the 49. And we will see what Cochran can do as we inch closer and closer to the 2-minute warning in this first half.
A good field position again for last time they had, believe, is when they had the touchdown. You don't want to keep giving them field position like this.
Not at all. That's Nordellis in the backfield. He'll get the run through the middle, tries to spin, and he'll get it to the 43-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4. So a good first down run from the non-contract running back.
Yeah, and this is one of those builds that was out there that people were questioning. To last is a kudos to them because they've gotten it to work. Obviously, they're more of a throwing offense anyway, so I guess they just said, well, we'll just let the non-contract do his thing.
They're adjusting pretty well to the Georgia Heat as well, so we through the middle. And that is going to be another rush through the middle. 3rd and 2 upcoming on a 2-yard rush, but they're adjusting well to the Heat, Jimmy. The Storm the Storm generally play in sub-zero temperatures up in Anchorage, and they are coming down into basically almost 100-degree difference at times.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of the surprising things about the offense. Run up there in Snowville, and they're throwing the ball as much as they are.
That's a wing over the middle, and that's a catch. And he finds his man in between 3 different Swarm players, and Optimus Klein puts him in the red zone.
Yeah, one of the few times that Atlanta's chosen blitz, and Cochran caught him blitzing, found the open space, wide open space for that matter, and guess who it is? Optimus Klein once again.
73 yards receiving for him so far.
Yeah, already 6 catches in the first half. That doesn't bode well for Atlanta.
Under center. Cochran trying to strike while the iron's hot. 4 on the defensive line, everyone else in coverage. They'll send 4. Cochran throws short over the middle. That is a fairly easy one that goes for 5. And the Storm methodically moving the ball on the offensive side of the field.
Again, this Atlanta Swarm defense is good. It's going to, just like Alaska, you're going to have to bench. They're not going to let you get big chunks. It's mostly underneath, 5 here, 7 there.
See if they can bend and don't break again. In the gun, Cochran wings it to the outside. That is a grab. It goes for 4 yards, 3rd and 1 upcoming. And Boo Chisholm sighting as he makes his first catch in a little while. Not Chisholm, sorry. Keep doing that.
Wrong team, buddy. Wrong team.
We'll do that.
Non-contract.
Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen. Swarm and Storm. So interesting, very similar names there. One from Alaska, the other from Atlanta. Interesting names there.
I think the schedule maker might have been having a little fun with it.
Yeah, exactly. Through the middle. Nordellis trying for the end zone, but he's going to get stopped at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal for the Storm.
Yeah, and I mean, with this much time on the clock, you might as well run it a little bit, run the time off the clock instead of throwing the ball. That way Atlanta doesn't get much time. If you do score a touchdown, you want to give them as little time as possible before the end of the half.
Chance for Cochran. He moves up in the pocket. He's going to get hit hard at the 10-yard line. And nothing they can do. Andrew Hawkins now has 2 sacks.
Another 2-sack game so far for Andrew Hawkins, making himself become quite the man. 2 sacks, 2 games in a row. He's already up to 4. He went 0 and 2 for the first 2 games. And in game 3 and 4, he's got 4 sacks. He's starting to make himself a presence.
In the gun, Cochran, he's got 2 with him. See what they're thinking on 2nd and goal. Handoff to Nordella. Spin through 1, gets to the 5, and gets taken down there, and that is the 2-minute warning. 120 seconds left in the first half. 7-7 game in Atlanta. This is the SFL live on Twitch, presented by APM Music.
Bit of a big mistake there by the running back. If he had stayed outside and inside, he
very well might have. Weak side I formation for Cochran. Has time, throwing, looking for the goal line. It's going to be Merrill who falls down, can't keep his footing, and it'll be 4th and goal from the 2.
I don't know if that was a bad throw or if it was bad body positioning. That cost him a touchdown. And as we already seen once today, it's not for sure that they're getting a field goal.
Field goal upcoming, at least the attempt. We've already seen 1 block. That's Brad Burchett out there. He's 7 for 7, now 7 for 8, as that block does count as a missed field goal on the season. Kick is on the way, and he's not going to miss that as long as he gets it up. So 18-yard field goal is up and through, and the Alaska Storm have a 3-point lead.
Yeah, you got to be a little bit should have had a touchdown there if Merrill had kept himself under control when he caught that ball. Like I said, I couldn't tell if that was a bad throw or just bad body positioning, but they could have easily been up 14-7 instead of 10. Got to be a little bit disappointed if you're an Alaska fan.
All right, so a huge hold for Alaska's defense. We'll see what their offense can do before this half is over. Storm started with the football, so the Swarm will start with it the second half, as that is returned down to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, if the Swarm can do something, they have a chance to get some points on the board before they go in, and then get the ball back after halftime and take a bit of a lead. See if they can do something here.
See how well they use their time. They have all 3 timeouts as well, so that makes the 146 last an eternity if you are on the defensive side of the ball. See what Woods has with the split backs. Hand off to Hollywood, trying to find a hole, and he'll find it forward for a yard. Not much other than that. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Ever since the first game he had there against, I believe it was Vancouver, where he ran for 200 yards, it's been tough sledding ever since. And they're once again today, he's just having a lot of trouble trying to run the ball. Mind you, I don't think they've given it to him enough. So
yeah, gotta use him a little more efficiently. Although Woods has played better than he has in previous games. This will be Hollywood with the hole, and he's gonna find a first down. They're gonna try a no huddle with 66 seconds to go in the first half.
I think that was a bit of a mistake there. If he had stayed outside, I think he would have been still running.
He's going to try to the outside this time, tries to burn the edge, going to fight through 1, but not 2. He'll get 5 yards, 2nd and 5, as the clock continues to run, 51 to go.
At least they're in a good formation to be running hurry up.
Woods to throw. Throws short. They're going to say it was a catch and a fumble. Who's got the football? It is, I believe.
Looks like Alaska.
Yes, I do believe that is correct. It is. No, wait. Was it the guard who got on top of it?
Yeah, it looks like Devon got it.
Yeah.
Devon Dudley. I would think you're going to review this too.
Yeah.
Yeah, fumble.
This will be a booth review, so no timeout charge to either team, as we'll see if it was. But I do believe Alaska has the fumble recovery anyway. Or, yeah, Atlanta does anyway. And dropping on top of it, maybe not. But I don't think it'll matter based on where the ball was.
After review, the receiver did have possession.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. He didn't even have.
Third down.
Yep, so that is no fumble
on the ball.
Yeah.
That's a fumble in 1977 maybe, but not now.
Not in this football.
No, not in this football, that's for sure.
So that is going to put the Storm defense back on the field. Swarm looking to work it over the middle. That goes down as an incomplete pass. Weak I formation. Woods to throw. Has some room. Going to try to juke 1. He's got the first down, I believe. He does. Takes a massive hit, and Atlanta will call a timeout.
Yeah, that was a big hit to be taken, but he knew quite the deke move on the lineman or linebacker that came after once he broke the line of scrimmage. Good job by Woods to get the first down and keep the offense moving. This is kind of important. They need to get down the field, get some points, maybe at least a field goal anyhow.
Yeah, tie up this game. Woods there with the juke move. Definitely surprising a lot of people with that. This will be a handoff, it looks like, to Hollywood. He's going to bunch forward a bit, but not much to it. 2nd and 9. They're going to run no huddle. 30 seconds left. Still 2 timeouts for the Swarm. Woods to throw. Moving in the pocket. Moves out of the pocket to the right. Still looking downfield, and finally is going to get hit. He needs to throw that ball away and stop the clock, but he holds onto it for way too long.
Yeah, that was an unnecessary sack. He should have thrown that away and taken a shot at 3rd and 10. Now he's 3rd and 16. Looks like they're just going to run the clock out here.
And that is going to indeed... they'll call timeout with 3 seconds left. So they're going to try it probably to heave it. The heaving hope coming from Atlanta as you take a look there at Mark Chisholm on the sideline.
Yeah, that seems kind of a silly decision on your own 39. I don't know. I would have just let the clock run out. You're getting the ball back after the second half.
All right. Well, let's see what they decide to do. Defense getting lined up. And it does look like, indeed, they will try something here. 3 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Only 3 seconds left in the first half. Be a handoff. Hollywood. He has a little bit of a hole. Spin move, and he's got some room on the outside. Going to get down to the 43-yard line, and that is a nice way for the Swarm to end the first half, but he could not get points, and he might be kicking himself for that.
Great save by Ryan Tobin. Otherwise, Gonzo. Good job by Tobin to tackle him and stop that. That would have been a touchdown for sure.
That is the end of the first 2 quarters in Atlanta. Storm 10, Swarm 7. We'll be back after the halftime break. This is the SFL, live on Twitch, presented by APM Music.
Don't miss the SFL podcast every Saturday night.
We are back to it in Atlanta. Swarm and Storm duking it out. Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference. As we get things underway in the second half. Storm going to kick it away to Atlanta as we have them get them to have the football to start things out in a 3-point contest. And that is going to be down to the 3-yard line. Returned down to the 25-yard line. And that is where DeMar Woods will bring it back. They're moving left to right, and they're going to try to get some points to possibly take the lead.
Yeah, good. They didn't get any points, but they got BDG Wahali. But there at the end, that's what they need to do. In the one game that he's played against Alaska all the time, he's got 66 yards. So I think he'd like to build on that, maybe get triple figures today, but it's been tough sledding so far for him today.
Hollywood with 47 in this game on 12 attempts. To see if he can add to that. He'll get a chance here. 13th attempt is going to be to the outside. Tries a double spin cycle, and he's going to get 6 yards. And that is a nice hit by Willis, who comes up and makes the stop. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Those safeties have been pretty active with BDG Hollywood, as we saw at the end of the first. Ryan Tobin with a big tackle to stop a touchdown. Another big tackle there by Tony Willis. They're gold. Free, strong safety. Been in the league for 4 years. This is his 4th year.
Woods handoff to Hollywood, and they're going to give the bell cow the ball. He's got some room to the outside. He may go, and a nice tackle is going to bring him down at the 47 as Hollywood breaks another good one to get him into Storm territory.
And this is what Atlanta needs to do. Get him going. This will open up the passing game. And I tell you, Alaska better start paying their safety some money at the end of this year, because they have saved their bacon today.
Don't look now, but if Atlanta starts getting things going on the ground, it could be a long drive for this Storm defense. Or a very short one if he can break one. They've got another shot here. Big tackle just behind the line, 2nd and 11.
And I think that good tackle there by Andrew Francis, the linebacker for Alaska. And I think that big run BDG had at the end of the second half might have got his heart going. Got the offensive coordinator going, and you think, oh, man, let's get him going. And if he gets going, there could be some trouble for Alaska.
Just south of 5 yards of carry for Hollywood. He's going to get another chance here through the middle. 3rd and 7 upcoming as he'll get 4.
And I got to be honest with you, that last big run he had, the tackle by Willis to catch him behind, as Hollywood's considered one of the fastest running backs in the league. Great job by him to catch him from behind like that. I thought he was gone.
He started with less than 50 yards at the start of this half. He's already up to 77. Woods to throw on 3rd down. Plenty of time. He'll put it to the outside. He's going to have to rush to the outside to get the first down. He's got it. Huge run after the catch by Hollywood. And that is a 1st and 10 for the Swarm who are driving.
See, and this is what you expect from Atlanta. You run the ball. When they need to throw it, he doesn't need to throw it far. If he only needs 3 or 4 yards, here it's a little out route or a little swing pass to BDG, but that's what he does. He's a pass catcher as well. He's not just a runner. He's a dual threat. This is what they need to do. Long drives, keep that Alaska offense off the field, and it's going to benefit them in the long run.
That's only Hollywood's first catch of this game. It goes for 11. And it is 1st and 10 for the Swarm. Just outside of field goal range. That is Woods, the huge drop back. He's going to wing it left. That is picked off as the Storm are bringing it back the other way. What an interception, as I believe that one belongs to Ryan Tobin. Yep.
There he is. He made a big tackle at the end of the second half, and he makes his presence felt in the at the end of the first half, and makes his presence felt on the second half. Just jumps that route by I believe it was tight end Jay France. Yes, it was. And Alaska's got the ball. That might not be what Atlanta wanted.
That's not typical of the Swarm either, because usually their tight end routes go a little bit more shallow than that, but they decided to try to go deep with one. They paid the dear price for it.
Yeah, Jay Front's had himself a good game last week, too. And that's the first time I targeted him, I believe.
That is going to be Cochran throwing to the left. It will not go for much. Optimus Klein with a 3-yard reception. He's getting these catches in chunks, but they aren't going for a ton of yards, at least lately.
I even question if he was in bounds there. That didn't really look like he was in bounds. But, I mean, Atlanta doesn't want a challenge, so 2nd and 7.
81 yards on 8 catches for Optimus Klein. 151 through the air for Ron Cochran so far.
A little lower than I expected, but it's early yet.
3-point game. Cochran in the gun. Trying to take advantage of the turnover. He's going to send it left, and that is a grab for the moment. And a hit on the outside as Optimus Klein can't stop himself. It's 3rd and 7. The catch was out of bounds.
Yes, it was. It couldn't stop. Get out of the way! There it knocks the guy over out of bounds. Oh, there we go. Challenge flag. Yep. I didn't think that one was caught either.
Well, they actually said it wasn't caught. The officials ruled it wasn't, and they think they're going to be challenging it the other way.
Oh.
So,
I mean, he's already had one that I didn't think he was going to catch. I'm surprised they're giving him this one. If he gets this one, I'll be surprised.
We'll see. I think he might have had a foot in, judging by how it was looking. He's got a foot in for sure.
It looked like it might have been touch of the white.
Yeah, we'll see, but I'm pretty sure that was a catch.
The pass has been ruled complete.
Yep.
Oh, it's been overturned.
Cool.
My mistake.
So, that's all good. That is a catch for Optimus Klein. Add another one to his total. And that is a good day for him. He's been working pretty hard out there.
Yeah, I think that I'm not sure if they've got Ketza or Jerry Forth over there, but they got to be begging for some help. Whoever's covering Optimus Klein today.
Might have to have 2 covering, but at this point, this will be Cochran, a little sideways throw to the right. And that is not going to go for much as Nordellis brings it in, but it will be a 2nd and 9.
That was just an emergency throw. Oh, my God, get rid of that one.
Yeah.
Got some good pressure up the middle there by Andrew Dawkins. Made him throw the ball before he wanted to.
Just south of 7 minutes, 50 seconds in the 3rd quarter. As Chris Curtis, Jimmy Stevens along with you in Atlanta. Got Scott LaRue on stats. Huge shout out to him for keeping us on top of our game. Cochran looking to throw. He's going to have a target downfield, and he finds a seam, but they are going to say this is incomplete. And that was tough sledding all the way. It's 3rd and 9.
He had blue and black jerseys all around him. That would have been quite the catch to make that in that kind of traffic.
Ball's got to get to the 32-yard line. Or no, we're on the other side of the field. We got to get to midfield. Easy. Got to get it to midfield. Cochran to throw. Throws short. Got to break a tackle. Breaks one. Trying to fight his way forward. He won't do it. And that is going to be a punt for the Storm. As that was very close, but not able to bring it to the chains.
I think that was first catch by Jeff Como today. Yep. And made the first tackler miss, but just not enough to get the first down. And Atlanta gets a chance to try and tie this game up or take the lead here.
No, they're going to line it up on 4th down. They may just try to draw them off sides.
And you got to think this is just an okie doke.
And the play clock running down. That is 7 seconds left on it. 6-5. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. They will take a timeout and punt it away as Alaska burns through one. That may be something they look at later because we might have to think about this one a little bit more towards the end of the game because if they burned that timeout and they need it later, that's a problem.
Yeah, owner Max Paul has got to be questioning that decision right there to burn a timeout this early in the second half. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him. He's 19-11 all-time, owner Max Paul, so he's above 500, and you got to be proud of that if you're an owner.
Storm have done some good things, no doubt about that. They have been to the playoffs on multiple occasions. They were involved in that huge game a couple seasons ago. Season 9 ended up being one of the top 9 of all time. This will be back to the 12, and then the punt will be returned to the 14. So Atlanta gets the football back. They will survive the interception. DeMar Woods back out on the field and looking up at a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, this is kind of what I expected going into this game. I thought two outcomes was going to be really tight, blowout, and Atlanta's done what I thought they would do, play some good defense. They're starting to get BDG going. Looks like DeMar's making a change at the line here.
Yeah, Barkin signals. He's got split backs behind him. Must see something in the defense. He's going to get taken down immediately. The Barkin the signals for nothing as the protection did not hold. It'll be 2nd and 13 as Woods finds the turf again.
This Atlanta offensive line has not helped out at all today. It's been a struggle all game for pass protection. They've opened up some holes for BDG, but if you aren't going to protect the quarterback, it's going to be a long day.
Not a ton of room behind Woods between him and the end zone. He's going to be in the gun here, trying to separate himself from the defensive line. Throw right. Catch for that is Allen, and he will bring it in for a few yards, get it back to 3rd and 9.
Make it a little bit more manageable, better than 3rd and 13 or 14, whatever they were at. I mean, you're still putting the ball in DeMar Woods' hands, and he's been struggling so far this year. He's got to start stepping it up. He's got to give BDG a little support. Can't be him all the time.
Only 60,
be able to throw the ball.
Only 67 yards through the air for Woods. He's got 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's going to try for a couple here. Needs at least 9 for a first. Throws short, and that is not going to get the job done, as Atlanta's going to have to punt this away one more time as they go 3 and out.
Yeah, you got to be a little disappointed if you're the Atlanta fans right now. They're just not moving the ball offensively like I thought they might. Time to go back to the drawing board, maybe come up with some new plays. Get that, just to get DeMar Woods' confidence back. I think his confidence might be a little shot.
Get him some short throws. They didn't even really hand the ball off to. Oh, that's nearly blocked. But they didn't really hand the ball off to Hollywood there either. They didn't utilize their biggest weapon, and it definitely hurt their chances. This will be returned back to the 43. We got one more stoppage in play. We're going to take another message from the SFL.
Don't miss the SFL podcast every Saturday night at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern on Twitch before the league's weekend slate gets kicked off. Join me, Mighty RX, defending champion team owner Ramos Lynn, and our host, Jack Brown, to break down all the headlines in the SFL. Jack, yeah, I know we gotta move on. Calm down. See you there, everybody.
And that first play from scrimmage, going to go for 6 yards to Nordellis as we join you back from the Hive in Atlanta.
Defensive struggle all game long. It's been if you like defense, it's been a good game to watch.
I'm loving this kind of game. Straight up, this has been a very, very entertaining game to watch because every single play is more stressful. That's a run for Nardellis to the outside, and he breaks a couple on a couple of really nice blocks in front of him, and he gets down inside of Atlanta territory.
I mean, a lot of people have been questioning this Atlantic bill, going with non-contract running backs, but he's done okay, especially in this game. Not what you expected. He's got to be getting close to 60 or 70 yards, no?
He is currently at only 41, but he's only got 10 attempts.
I thought he had more.
Yeah, not quite. So he's still doing some pretty good work. He's had a couple of receptions as well, which may be where that comes from. This will be a handoff to the right side and a 2nd and 5. As with
Total,
4 minutes left.
Total yards, and it's probably up to 60 yards total. But
53
way,
all-purpose at the point.
Yeah, he's doing what they need him to do, which is just enough to keep the defenses off guard for that air attack.
Doing pretty good at taking what the defense gives him. He's one of the split backs behind Ron Cochran. Ball at the 29-yard line. Cochran moves up, throws to his left, and that'll be a catch, but it doesn't go for much. Nardellis touches the ball for the 3rd straight play. This one goes for not much.
No, that was just a little dump-off play. Probably more of a coverage. Throwing it to his... I can't think of the word. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain fart.
Happens. Taking a look there at Andrew Hawkins. He's got 3 sacks today. He's been on point on this defensive line.
Turning into quite the monster he is up the middle.
Cochran has the football. Quick drop. He's going to get taken down. And that's another one for Hawkins. His 4th of the game. That is a career for some people. And that is a huge sack.
Pay the man. Pay the man. Great job by Andrew Hawk. He is providing a lot of push up the middle. Good job by the Atlanta defense once again to hold this offense of Alaska to a field goal attempt. They are doing their job tonight.
This is going to be a 48-yard attempt on 4th down. This kick is on the way, and it is good. And he had plenty of leg behind that one. They'll say 47, which matches his season long. And Brad Burchett has given the Storm a 6-point lead.
One of the advantages of having a contract kicker, you can rely on him to make those big ones. And there he does it again. Great job.
Good work from Burchett. And the Swarm are now going to have to probably score a touchdown because I don't think they're going to get 2 field goals in that time frame. Not with the way their offense is stagnating.
No, they've got to do something here. They got to pull a rabbit out of the hat, some sort of trick play, something to get themselves going.
And this will be returned back to the 23, and DeMar Woods and company will come back out onto the field. Get Hollywood involved, open up the passing game, I think is what they should be prioritizing here on this drive.
Yeah, even Jay Fronts. I mean, I think he's only been targeted once. Last week he had for 55, and that opened up the middle a little bit for the wide receivers.
Offset I formation. It's a strong set I. 4 on the defensive line. Everyone else in coverage for the Storm. Woods with plenty of drop on that. Will be thrown to the right, and that is a catch and a good one for Francis, and that is a 1st and 10.
Jay Fronts. Great catch there by Jay Fronts. And that's what I'm talking about. You got to get him involved. That'll open up the middle or clog up the middle so that your wide receiver's got a little space on the outside, and even will help BD Hollywood with his outside runs.
In the gun is Woods. Next to him, BDG Hollywood. Has the snap. It's a bit of a high one. He'll throw it to the left, and that is a nice try to jump the out route as Chisholm was the intended target. 2nd and 10 as it goes incomplete.
Yeah, you got to make that catch. It hits you in the hands. You got to make that catch.
Good job by Evan Carroll, the cornerback, to make him think about it at least, and that is a 3rd and 10, or 2nd and 10 upcoming for Atlanta.
You got to get BDG, maybe a little swing pass or something, get him out in space, let him use that speed of his if you're not going to be able to get throws down the field.
Closing in at 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Woods throws short, has Hollywood with the football, and he can turn on the Jets when he wants to. That'll be 3rd and 5 as he is going to bring us down to the 2-minute mark, just about.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. You got to get him some swing passes, maybe a screen here or there. Get him involved, get him out in space. they're not going to let him run up the middle, so you might as well use some of these little dump passes, which are glorified runs for the most part anyhow, to get your best guy involved.
Get him the football, get out of his way. That's been the mantra for the Swarm for a decent amount of time. Hand off through the middle here, but the Storm do a good job of clogging up the middle, and it'll be 4th and 5, and guess what? The Swarm will punt.
Yeah, I don't like the play call at all there. You haven't had success at all inside. Why try and run a draw in the middle on 3rd and 5? It just makes no sense to me. I don't know if that's lack of confidence in DeMar Woods or what that is.
And it'll be a punt for the Storm. For the Swarm is what it will be. Back to return it is Merrill. He has the football, and he'll get to the 28-yard line is where they'll mark him. Minute 15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Inside the Beehive, inside Atlanta, Georgia. 13-7 Alaska as we try to find a winner. Alaska coming into this game 3-0 as they've made it work behind really strong quarterback play. And then Atlanta 1-2. They leaned on BDG Hollywood, nearly had a win last week, but they could not bring themselves to it. And now they're trying to avoid going down again. Cochran to throw. Throws over the middle. Tipped and intercepted, and the Swarm back the other way. That's exactly what they needed. One tip, and then that is 23 for Atlanta. Pat Ketza with his first interception.
Yeah, that's what they needed. They needed something like that to happen. A big play on defense. The defense has been keeping them in the game all day long. Great job by Ketza. Interception number, I believe it's his first of his career.
That's a big one then.
Yeah, that one will be going on. Keep that ball, coach. He's going to want to put that one on the mantle.
It comes off of Ron Cochran. He'll remember who was on the field with him. He'll remember who threw it. He'll remember who tipped it. That's a run through the middle for Hollywood, and it will be a 3-yard gain. So 1:02 left in the 3rd quarter, and the Atlanta trying to take advantage and possibly take the lead here.
I really think this is a key drive for Atlanta. They need to get some points here. They're not moving the ball much on this very, very good Alaska defense. They need to get some points, get them back in this game for them to have a chance. Their defense isn't going to hold up forever on their own team.
They will get Woods involved here. Woods going to move. He'll throw out short, looking to set up a short pass, and that is a huge hit as Hollywood is lit up like a Christmas tree. It's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that was a big hit. I think that was a non-contract. Made that hit, and a big one.
I actually think that might have been Dominguez.
I think it was number 30.
30? Okay.
Yeah, I believe it was a safety coming up. That play.
Maybe not. Okay, fair enough. Woods in the gun by himself. Low snap, has the football. Going to move, and he's going to evade 1 and not 2. As finally the Storm get to him. And that is another sack for this Alaska defensive line. We end the 3rd frame, though. Storm up 13-7, trying to keep the Swarm out of the end zone. This is the SFL on Twitch, presented by APM Music.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a coverage sack or if that was an indecision sack. That was hard to tell. He hung on to that ball way too long. They should not be punting the ball here. They should have moved the ball inside the 30 so they can make a field goal. This is a big fail by Atlanta.
That is Atlanta's punt, as they will be 4th and 14. They'll get it down inside the 10. It'll bounce at the 3, then the 2. And Alaska will have to start with the football at the 2-yard line. And that is a really good punt by the special teams unit, but now they got to force the ball back out of Ron Cochran's hands.
And Atlanta needed that. They needed to get the field, play the field, get Alaska in their own, deep in their own. And I'm not going to say it's going to negate the passing game, but it's going to make it a lot tougher for Alaska to want to throw the ball out of their own end zone. Now that this is where that non-contract running back may come back to haunt them.
That's a fair point. Nardellis is back there. 5 yards deep. He will not get the football. Cochran, in fact, he said he will. To the swing pass. Did he get out of the end zone? He did, but he's at the 1. Lost 2 yards, and that is dangerous for the Storm.
Great tackle by Pat Ketza. It looked like that's who that was. Great job to keep that. He almost got a safety there. That would have been huge for Atlanta's confidence. But this is a great defense. This is a great defense, and they're keeping this high-powered offense under wraps, and kudos to them.
Holding Ron Cochran to 183 through the air. Handoff through the middle. Nordellis, he's going to get a little bit forward, down to the 2. It's 3rd and 11. And don't look now, but it's 3rd and 11 with not a lot of room back there for your punter.
Yeah, you got to think Atlanta's going to bring some heat here and try and force the safety if they run the ball, and if they try and pass, Cochran's going to be under a little bit of pressure. You got to think they're going to play blitz in here.
Handoff again, Nordellis, that's the right side off tackle. He will at least get a couple more yards of room, but it is 4th and 7, and Atlanta holds serve. They have to try to score now. They're going to have good field position after this punt.
Yeah, great job by Atlanta defense to keep them from moving the ball, forcing the 3 and out. They should get some good field position here. Maybe they can finally get into the Alaska end zone. They really need this really bad. They haven't been down there.
Punt upcoming. They're sending the house, but he could not get there. And this will get down towards midfield, caught and towards the 30, and back to the 32. We got one more break to do before the end of this game. We're going to take it right now for a message from the SFL.
Follow the SFL on Twitter at SimulationFL, on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels. You're already here, right? Might as well stay tuned. Get league updates on your phone while browsing the internet, and make sure you never miss a live broadcast. Thank you for supporting the SFL.
Back to it. Chance for Woods, right side, and that is going to be a catch, a 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard reception as Allen III makes his presence known.
Yeah, that was a nice little short route. Gave DeMar a little bit of confidence. He was pretty wide open there, so he didn't have to try and thread the ball in there. And that's what they need. Now you got to think they might use a little BDG as the defensive backs are backing way off here. I guess they're looking for a touchdown throw.
They got to do something. Swarm do. They're down to their last couple of possessions. This will be through the middle. It's Hollywood making it 1st and 10. He'll get down to the 20-yard line as Atlanta enters the red zone for the first time in quite a while.
And this is what they need. They need to get him involved. Bring those corners and safeties up so then that can open up the passing game for Allen III, Chisholm in fronts. Make some catches in the end zone.
Under center, Woods, long drop back, plenty of time, throws it right side towards the sideline. That is a catch for Allen, I believe, and that is going to bring it to 1st and goal at the 7.
Great job by DeMar. This is pretty much the same route as earlier in the drive here. Little medium out route. He had to make that a little bit of a better throw than the last one, but Allen made the catch to keep the ball moving, 1st down, and they got a chance to take the lead. Try and get it into the end zone.
8.5 minutes left to try for their first lead of the football game. Offset I formation at the weak side, I for Woods. Defensive line moving to his right. He'll bark signals.
Alaska looks like they're playing a pass here. I would try and hand it off to BDG.
That may be what he's doing. He's going to hand off. BDG Hollywood, right side, hunting for the end zone, but he'll get stopped short of it at the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Great job by that Alaska defense to swarm, no pun intended, people, but swarm the ball carrier after he got past the line of scrimmage. Great job. BDG looked like he was getting in, and they came from out of nowhere to take him down.
2nd and goal. Huge couple of plays upcoming. They cannot get a 1st down for the rest of this drive.
Oh, look at that right side.
Oh, that is a huge hole through the middle. It's going to be handoff to the BDG Hollywood, and Atlanta finds the end zone.
And this is what Atlanta needed to do. Get BDG involved. They started to get him involved late in the half, and they've gotten him involved quite a bit here in the 2nd half. And now they've got a chance to take the lead with the extra point right up the middle. Big hole. Didn't even get touched till he got to the goal line. Great job by Atlanta. This is what they needed.
Could have driven a truck through that hole, and BDG Hollywood has a touchdown. It is going to come down to this extra point to see whether Atlanta takes the lead or not.
That wasn't the play I was thinking. I thought they could have tossed that to the right side, and BDG could have ran around. They had so much space, but they made it work up the middle, and that's all that matters.
Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and for the first time all game long, Atlanta has the lead as Alaska finds themselves in the short end of a 14-13 deficit now.
And those offensive guys got to get over there and shake that defensive hand because they have kept them in this game. to take the lead. Now, if they can do their job one more time, get the ball back in Atlanta's hands, they have a chance to expand on that lead, make it a little more challenging for Alaska.
Alaska going to get this football. Robert Merrill waiting deep on the kick. He has it at the 9. Has some room in front of him. Good blocks. He's got some room. Tries to break through a tackle. He's got some room to run. Down to the 50. He may go all the way to the house. It is a Storm touchdown on the kick return for Robert Merrill, and they take the lead right back.
My goodness, that was the last thing that Atlanta could have ever wished for. Look at this. Through all the garbage, breaks a tackle here, and then it's off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. That's got to be demoralizing for Atlanta. They did all that work to take the lead, and they lose it on the exact next play.
No way. That is absolutely insane. The Atlanta crowd has been absolutely silenced. Everybody in the Alaska Storm sideline is just partying at the moment, as it's going to be a Brad Burchett extra point that is going to make this a 6-point game should he make it. Kick is on the way, and it is good, and the entire Hive has been deflated at the moment as the special teams fails them at the worst possible time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say kudos to they broke the hole. Not hole, basically just clogged everything up the middle so that Merrill could bounce it to the outside.
Yeah, that's a huge play, and possibly if Alaska goes on to win this game and goes on a string of, I believe actually they might be one of the last couple of undefeated teams. And should they make a deep playoff run, they're going to look back on this game and remember it, especially if playoff seeding comes into the fold later in the season.
And if you're an Atlanta fan, you got to be one the Black Clouds ever going to go.
Yeah, no
after
kidding.
last week's debacle, and then to give up a touchdown on the kickoff return, got to be wondering. I mean, there's still lots of time.
Yeah, there
They
is.
have a chance. They still have a chance to take the lead back. But against this Alaska defense, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, the fact that they even took the lead in the first place is going to be one that Alaska is going to be lamenting. This will be a handoff to Hollywood. He's going to get taken down behind the line. And that is 2nd and 12. Hollywood approaching 100 yards rushing. Only a 4 average, and they need to get him going quick.
It's, like I said, this is a really tough Alaska defense, ranked 2nd overall in this game. They're 7th against the run. And first in yards total against it, only 208.3.
Woods to throw, moves up in the pocket, and he's getting chased down and taken down at the 12-yard line as the Swarm hit him again. It's Dominguez as he's made an impact.
Yeah, he's been all over this field. He's been putting pressure on the quarterback all day long, just beating that offensive tackle, just beating him all day long. And it's mostly been that inside swim and rip move he's been using. Because judging by his size, I don't think he's much of a speedster.
Yeah, out of the contract players for the Storm, 6 sacks between all of them. 4 for that man right there. Woods to throw. Plenty of time this time. Throws it over the middle. It is a catch, but it doesn't go for very much. And that is going to be 4th and 8, and they have decision time upcoming. They'll probably punt.
Yeah, I mean, the way their defense is playing, I would punt it too. Try to play the field position game, see if they can back up Alaska and get a shorter field to try and go for the win. Because they're only down by a touchdown.
This should
like
be
blowout.
a punt. And it looks like it's going to be. And guess who? Robert Merrill back there for the return. See what Merrill can do with this one. This will be a kick to the punter's left. Down at the 40. Breaks through one, but everybody on the Swarm roster gets to him after that. 1st and 10 for the Storm as Ron Cochran will try to put the game away.
Yeah, I don't think they were going to have any part of this turn stuff. Sit down, young man. Sit down.
Well, here we go. Merrill's going to line up at the bottom of your screen. They're moving left to right. Cochran is under center and split backs.
Alaska needs to stop here. This could be the game deciding.
There's Cochran launching, and he's got it to the 24-yard line. The 25 is where they'll mark him, and Robert Merrill strikes again.
This offense has just got so many weapons. I mean, you Klein on one side, Merrill. You can only cover it for so long. And I mean, Atlanta's done a great job keeping them in check. But after being on the field as much as they have, you got to think at some point it was going to be a payday for Alaska, and they just took advantage.
Storm in field goal range. They can make it a 2-possession game at this point. Hand off through the middle to Nordellis. They should really just feed him the ball at this point, waste as much time as possible, and not let Atlanta back into it as we approach the 5-minute mark.
Atlanta needs to shut this down right here. Make this 3 and out. Make them go for a field goal. And get the ball back in the offensive hand and see if they get a touchdown. You can't let this drive go for very long.
Under center is Cochran. 4 on the defensive line. Looking to throw. Over the middle. That is a seam he found, and that is going to be another one for Merrill. It's 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, great play. A lot of blue and black jerseys around. Catch, little slant, including, was that, no, it was just a non-contract receiver, tight end in the way. I thought he was actually going to get him right away there. They got a chance to go up another 6 and pretty much put this game out of reach, I think.
That, believe it or not, is only Merrill's 6th reception, but he's got 86 receiving yards at this point. Under center is Cochran. Behind him, Nordellis. Throws to the right, finds Nordellis. He's going to try to turn the corner, but he's going to get hit hard by the Swarm as it's 2nd and goal as they get to the 4.
A big hit by Jerry Forth. First time we've really called hit to knock the halfback out of bounds. Make it 2nd and goal. I'm almost at the point you got to think that if they can hold them to a field goal, they still have a chance here. If they get a touchdown, I think this game's pretty much out of reach for Atlanta.
It'll be a small chance if they get a field goal, but it will be a chance. Thrown to the outside. Nordellis, one-handed catch looking for the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Storm, and that should do it. Stanley Nordellis making things happen for the Storm to probably put this game away.
You got to hand it to Alaska. They've made use of that halfback all day long, and he comes in for the touchdown and pretty much puts this game out of reach for Atlanta. They just haven't been able to move the ball enough to make this a game. I mean, they're going to take a shot, but with 4 minutes left, you got to think this game's pretty much out of reach.
So crazy stuff from Nordellis. He's played really, really well. That gets Ron Cochran to 238 through the air. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's sitting on a rating over 100 at the moment as the kick is up and through, and that gets it to a 13-point lead, and that should be all she wrote for the most part with 4:04 left, although we've seen weirder things happen in this crazy game of ours. With 4 minutes left, touchdown and an onside kick could change this game.
Absolutely. I mean, Alaska's defense is playing really well, but there's always an opportunity. I mean, BDG could break one for like a big gainer. You just never know.
See what they can do on this return first and foremost. Got to get decent field position out of it. Catch caught it at the 3. To the 25 to the 28-yard line. 26 is where they'll actually mark them. And that's where the Swarm will start with the football. DeMar Woods at this point, you can't really rely on BDG to get you the yardage you need. You just got to air it out.
Yeah, I mean, you can still use him as a little pass. You get BDG. There isn't really too many guys that are going to be able to catch him, so he's still an option. You just don't want to be running the ball at this point.
In the gun is Woods. To his right, BDG Hollywood. 4 on the defensive line. They'll hit BDG Hollywood. They'll try to turn on the Jets here, but he is going to get tackled. No huddle offense for the Swarm. They had a little bit of success with this early or at the end of the first half. We'll see what they can do here.
Yeah, the wide receiver pretty much blocked the wrong guy. Could have been on for a big gainer.
And that is a catch for Boo Chisholm. He's only got 4 in the game for 48 yards, 3rd and 1, but he does stop the clock.
Yeah, it's kind of 4-down territory for Atlanta. Pressure's kind of on. They need a touchdown plus to make this even close.
Strong side I formation for Woods. has the football. A lot of drop back on that. He's going to arrow it out left. Has a target out there, and it's a diving interception. And the Storm will put this game away after that. What a grab from Evan Carroll.
Fantastic catch by Evan Carroll. That will be interception number 9 in his career. Look at this. No stone hands there. Fantastic job making the diving catch.
Evan Carroll, sign that guy up, put him on the offensive side of the ball. Wow.
Yeah, like they need more of that on this team.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Under center is going to be Cochran, and he can just let the clock run at this point. 3:36 left. Hand off to Nordellis. He will get nowhere, but they do not stop the clock. 3:30 left, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I think you're going to probably see some backups make their way into the game here. This is out of reach. Garbage time. If you're a fantasy football guy, this is your favorite time of the
No kidding. No kidding. So 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Again, huge shout out to Scott LaRue, who's been all over the stats for us tonight. And a huge shout out to all of our stats guys in the SFL. Guys, by the way, guys, if you guys do want to join the stats team and help us out with the broadcast, definitely get a hold of Kamish on Discord. He will hook you up, or Handy Hamilton will as well. This will be out to the outside for Nordellis. Nothing doing much, as it'll be 3rd and 6 as they get to the 25-yard line.
That was a little bit of a Freudian slip. Hamilton.
Oops.
Sorry, Andy.
I mean, he's been handy. He's been handy.
Yeah,
a lot of things he does around this league.
I suppose.
Don't you patronize me.
I'm pretty sure that's not how the Discord is going to handle it.
Under center is going to be Cochran. 2 on the play clock. He'll get it off. Plenty of time. Left-handed fire to the right side. And Robert, no, that's Optimus Klein making a man miss. And he's to the house. That is another Storm touchdown. And they are running away.
Yeah, a little insult to injury there. Optimus Klein with his 2nd 100-yard game in a row. Looked like a little corner post, or a post corner. And he runs away. Good try on the tackle by the non-contract. I believe that was a non-contract. No, excuse me, that was Aaron Lee. Just couldn't haul him down. And if this game wasn't out of hand before, it definitely is now.
So 173 receiving for Optimus Klein.
My goodness. I believe he had a 200, almost 300-yard.
Just to give you some perspective, he's averaging 17.3 per catch.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's Randy Moss type stuff.
As we approach the 2-minute warning, an extra point is up and through for Brad Brichette. And that makes it a 20-point game. As they'll get the ball back to Atlanta, who will just try to pad their stats at this point.
I mean, you got to hand it to the Atlanta defense until this last, 4 minutes of the 4th quarter. They've kept this Alaska defense in check. And they've just been on the field way too much.
Turning point was absolutely that return TE, though. Atlanta had all the Alaska had all the... No, it's Atlanta. I was right. Had all the momentum before that was done, because they had just taken the lead, and they just gave it right back. We are down to the 2-minute warning in what has turned into an out-of-hand football game. Storm up 20 points in the Hive. This is the SFL Live on Twitch, presented by APM Music. You got to think here that Optimus Klein's got to be player of the game.
Oh, no doubt about it. I mean, I guess you could think about the guys on, but rarely do the defensive guys get player of the game.
That is tipped and nearly intercepted again. Good opportunity for the secondary for the Storm to make another play, but nothing done by the non-contract Paul there on the outside.
Yeah, this is, like I said, this is garbage time. And if you're Atlanta, you got to, this is kind of like the game we had, Lee and Dula. You got to think that Atlanta's got to go back to the drawing board and get some stuff to get his confidence back. I really wonder if his confidence is just shot from throwing all these picks, and maybe change the offensive game plan a little bit.
And that is Woods looking to throw. Plenty of time. Evades one. He's going to try to throw on his back foot. And that is going to be a catch, but it doesn't go for much. They do indeed get it to 3rd and 1 territory at the 32.
Allen the third with the catch there over the middle.
No huddle offense. Woods to throw. Throws short, has the first down. And they start moving the football way too little, way too late with 90 seconds left.
Yeah, and I mean, Alaska's going to be playing soft zone and stuff like that. Give them all the underneath jump.
And Woods throws on his back foot. That's dangerous. Tipped. Should be intercepted. It is not, as they play a little bit of Plinko with the ball. Dominguez with a huge hit on the quarterback.
Yeah, you can never have an SFL game without a little bit of America's favorite game. Which is weird because I'm Canadian, but
right.
That's how it is.
That's awesome. 2nd and 10. Woods to throw. Throws short. Going to have a catch, but a little bit of prancing and dancing in front of the line of scrimmage is only going to make it a 4-yard reception.
Yeah, I don't know what exactly Jay Franz was trying to accomplish there, but okay.
Minute 12 to go in Atlanta. So the Storm will move to 4-0. The Swarm will move to 1-3. It's been a good one for the Storm as they've separated themselves in this 4th quarter.
I could be wrong, but I believe we're now down to 2 undefeated teams.
That sounds right. Woods over the middle, has it in double coverage. That is a catch as the Swarm start to move forward. Woods to throw once more. Deep left side. That's a catch. And that is Boo Chisholm. He's got it to the end zone. That's a touchdown for the Swarm. For laughs and giggles, we'll probably see an onside kick. But that is not going to change the result of this game, it looks like.
No, I would think not. I mean, I think this is against backups at this point. I mean, it's good. It's good for Jamar Woods' confidence and Chisholm for that matter. But I mean, the game's already been put away for a time now. Back to the drawing board for Atlanta on offense. That's for sure. They got the defense. There's no doubt about that. But they gotta get back on that practice field for the offense.
The Swarm going forward, they head to North Carolina. They have the Skyhawks in Raleigh next week. And then on the other side, the Alaska Storm will welcome the Dallas Roughnecks to Anchorage as they do battle in the Western Conference.
Ooh, that could get interesting. 0-4 versus 4-0.
Yeah, but you know what? There's never a better time to get their first win than against somebody who's undefeated. So Dallas will be playing motivated.
Absolutely.
53 seconds left in matters here. They will, I believe, indeed attempt the onside kick. And that will bounce, didn't quite go 10 yards, and it will be recovered by Alaska, or by the Storm regardless. Looking at that Swarm and Carolina matchup. Carolina, of course, going down to Queen City this week. The couple of teams that are looking to right the ship in a bit of a holding pattern as we speak.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen Carolina play, so I'm not sure. I mean, they're going to have trouble against this defense. There's no doubt about that. If Atlanta can get this offense going, they definitely could make a run and still make the playoffs. There's no doubt about it. They have the defense to do it.
So in the battle of the Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference tonight, it ends up being a Western Conference victory. Carolina on the other side, though, talking about them, they do have one win. They are 1-3 after the loss to Queen City this week as the Storm are in victory formation. So they are up in the standings on the Swarm, who are, they'll be tied at the moment after that is all said and done. So winner of that one will have the leg up as 1-3 versus 1-3.
Yeah, it'll be, there's been a lot of diversity so far in the league. There's been some big-time winning teams and some big-time losing teams and a few in the middle, but
yeah,
it's been pretty much extremes versus extremes at this point so far until the coaches find the right balance for their offenses. And with this whole new progression system that the league has introduced, it's definitely made things a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, added a little bit of parity, I think, as the league does progress, as the collective player group does progress their players. It will put some parity on the field, make things more competitive, and then it's going to really come down to how the teams are built as far as game plan goes and if they can take advantage of the athleticism on the field.
Yeah, exactly. And they got to be able to take advantage of the team they're playing against, and game plan accordingly and whatnot. Ooh, that was a close block.
Yep, that was very, very close. The special team's looking for a redemption a bit, as the Storm will down it on the 3, as if they couldn't put any more salt in the wound. They decide to try. And the Swarm will have one more play from scrimmage, and we'll be concluding matters here in the Hive.
Atlanta fans got to be wondering if that black cloud is ever going to go away. I mean, talk about even on a no matter punt, they get the ball at their own 1 or 3 in this case. Sorry, excuse me, 3. They just got to be wanting to get out of here.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a bye week soon in this league? They could use it.
Oh, man. This will be Woods' last play of the game, and he's going to air it out over the middle, and that would have been rather appropriate, as this is going to end the football game in Atlanta. The Storm walk into Atlanta and put up 34 on the Swarm in the Hive. Atlanta goes to 1-3. The Storm move to 4-0. That is going to do it here for myself and Jimmy Stevens and Scott LaRue on stats. We will say goodbye and good night from Atlanta, Georgia. This has been the presentation of the Simulation Football League. For more information, head over to simulationfl.net. We'll see you next week for Week 5 in the SFL. Watch SFL alerts for your broadcast schedule. We'll see you guys then.